Hello students, today I am here to discuss the interesting chapter Discovering Truth, the saga continues. It is written by A.R. Williams. It is from Hornbill, chapter 3, standard 11th. Here we will go through 5 vital points. First of all, the historical background of the lesson. Second, about the author. Third, the theme of the story. Fourth, a brief description of the chapter. And last of all, the question answers. Students, you might have heard about Egyptian pyramids and mummies. In olden days, Egyptian people, mostly royal people, used to mummify the dead bodies, preserved it in a coffin and constructed a structure named pyramid over it. Egyptian pyramid is one of the 7 wonders of the world. They believed that after this life there would be another life. Keeping in mind this, they used to put all essential items like food, drink, clothes, ornaments, toys, etc. About the author, A.R. Williams is a famous senior writer of National Geographic magazine and online news. His speculations in the field of archaeology is very famous. He writes features about places varying from Egypt to as far as Alaska. He is also known for his science fiction and amateur writing. Let us start at first the background of the chapter. Many years ago, almost 3,300 years, there was a boyish king named Tutankhamun who was the last teenage ruler of the powerful Pharaoh dynasty, who died in his very early age at the age of 16. His life and death was a mystery. To unveil that mystery, 2 archaeologists named Howard Carter, who was a British, and Zahi Howes worked heart and soul. They did several investigations to know the real cause of the death of King Tut. King Tut, grandfather's name was Amenhotep III. He ruled over Egypt for long 40 years very smoothly. During his time, his peasants were very satisfied with him. After his death, his son Amenhotep IV came to the throne, who was known to be a wacky king, and he disturbed the whole kingdom by doing various disturbing activities like shifting his kingdom from one place to another and the changing the religious belief of the peasants of his subjects, like worshipping of Aten instead of Amun. And he destroyed all the religious places of Amun. As a result, his peasants, his subjects were very much disturbed. It was a transition period of the history. Now, the summary. The excavation was 2 phases. Excavation means digging the earth and taking out King Tut's mummy from the coffin. At first, it was done by Carter, a British, in 1922, but he faced many problems. The coffin was of 3 layers, gold, silver and bronze. When the lid was opened, the mummy was tightly fixed with the bottom. The ritual resins became solid. So Carter found difficulty to separate it. He kept it in the open sunlight in 149 Fahrenheit temperature, hoping to be melted. But it was a futile effort. He was bound to sizzle it, and in doing so, he badly damaged the mummy. He only was able to keep a record of all gold ornaments worn by Tut. He kept the body as it was, by putting a layer of sand at the bottom of the coffin. This work done by him was highly resented by the second archaeologist Zahi Hawass when he opened it for the second time in 2005, that is almost 80 years, he found many defects. By that time, technology was advanced, so Mr. Hawass was able to do his work perfectly. Tut's mummy was taken out by using a hydraulic lift along a ramp
and opened up. Mummy was terribly damaged.
But he did it methodically.
A team of investigators were present over there. Radiologists, forensic and anatomy professors helped Mr. Hawass to perform his work successfully. A CT scan machine was gifted by Siemens company, as it was not allowed to take the mummy in the clinical lab for investigations. Various tests were done, like CT scan producing 1,700 digital X-ray images in cross sections. They faced many difficulties to scan because the sand particles were creating a lot of problem, and Zahi Hawass was forced to bring some fans to blow it vigorously to remove the sand particles from the mummy's body. Eventually, when everything was done perfectly, Hawass was feeling quite relieved, as nothing was gone seriously wrong. People assembled there were passing various type of comments, like they were saying that now onwards the soul of the boyish king would be well protected by Osiris, the Egyptian god of afterlife. A precious treasure was found in King Tut's tomb, and the king was laden with so many rich jewelries, like precious collars which was glittering all over his body, bracelets, rings, amulets, and ceremonial apron. These all were a proof of the fabulously rich King Tut. Here the chapter ends. I hope, students, you have got the guideline of the lesson. The assignment is attached to the document. Thank you, students.